Hello, everyone, and welcome to a recap of day one of the NBA playoffs. And I'm ready for the NBA playoffs. I'm telling you, ladies, your man isn't cheating. Even if he's not texting you back, he's not cheating. He's watching the playoffs. Now, looking at every team, real quick, what this will be is what every team basically needs to prove in their postseason, in this playoff series. So, for instance, Philadelphia versus Brooklyn. Now, Philadelphia destroyed Brooklyn. There's not too much to dive deep into. James Harden started off kind of rusty, but he's, ended up playing well. James Harden is known for playing well early in series, and then he starts to fall off at the end. One thing I would tell you, one thing to prove, Brooklyn, they have one guy, Mikal Bridges. Really, the only thing to prove is, just being able to get that continuity, being able to have Mikal Bridges, give him some playoff experience as the number one guy on the team, and take that morale into the next season. Philadelphia, what y'all trying to prove, y'all need to win this series as fast as possible. Y'all like to play with y'all food. Y'all like to get to, last year, the Raptors, you should beat the Raptors in 5. They went to 6. So, with the being said, you can't play with your food in this series. You have to take care of the Nets. You're clearly a better team. Beat these guys in 5 games because the Boston Celtics, they're definitely going to get rid of the Hawks very soon. So, y'all got to not play with y'all food. Y'all got to get to the point. You got the MVP. You got to get to the point and win the series. So, congratulations for, starting off really well with that. For the second game, the Boston Celtics and Atlanta Hawks. The Celtics destroyed the Hawks. Not too much to dive deep into, but the thing to prove, the Celtics obviously take care of the Hawks, get them out the way. The same goes with, basically with Philadelphia. Make sure to get these guys out the way as fast as possible so you don't have to worry about, getting, you don't want your players playing longer than they need to. You know what I'm saying? Because Philadelphia, if they beat the Nets very quickly and you have to play extra games, that could be bad for you. So definitely get rid of the Hawks as fast as possible. The Hawks, what y'all have to prove is that y'all traded 4 first-round picks for DeJounte Murray. Don't know why, because that's not gonna win you anything. If you're gonna trade picks for a player, you gotta be a Donovan Mitchell type player. But with that being said, Trae Young played terrible in this game 1. It's only game 1, but what the Hawks have to prove, they need to have Trae Young play well in these postseason series because you have to sell hope for your fans. Because if you're a player, if you're a high-end star player like Trae Young, if you keep playing bad in these postseasons, you're not ever gonna. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, you're not gonna. If Trae Young's your best player and he plays in the postseason, he's terrible every time, can't get out the first round, play-in guy. You can't sell that to the fans. Like, okay, we're just gonna it's gonna happen next year. The difference is like, for instance, when Jayson Tatum was the 7th seed, he faced the 2 seed Nets a couple years ago. I think he dropped 50 in one of those games, and they won a game. And that's sold to the fans, okay, we don't have the team that's going to beat the 2 seed, but we have a guy who's going to get buckets, and if you pair this guy with another player, we might go far. You have to be able to sell that to your fans. And so far, Trae Young, the last postseason, wasn't able to do that, and game 1 hasn't done it today. So we'll definitely have to see how he progresses as a player and how he's able to, he needs to, go off in one of these games. He's going to lose in 5, maybe even in a sweep, but he needs to get a 40-point game somewhere in there. Another game, Knicks-Cavs, projects to be a very competitive series. The Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell was carrying, played so great, but it wasn't enough. The Knicks, to me, are a deeper team. The Cavs have a better starting 5, but Evan Mobley, definitely, people project him to be a superstar. I don't think he'll be a superstar player. He's a really good defender. I don't see his offensive game is not polished enough to do that, and then Donovan Mitchell obviously takes those touches away from him to develop that. But regardless, the Knicks have a really deep bench. They had 5 bench players out there at the same time, which is never used. Doesn't happen a lot in the postseason, but they had 5 players out there who were all, coming off the bench all out at the same time. So it shows you they have a really good bench, and it makes sense. They have a really good bench, and Mitchell Robinson played well. Jalen Brunson showed, hey man, the Mavericks, y'all should have paid me, y'all should have kept me, but hey, too bad for y'all. But Jalen Brunson shows that Julius Randle had no points in that third quarter, but Jalen Brunson coming out balling in the third quarter and closing in the fourth quarter is the difference from 2 years ago and now. Having a point guard that can take the ball away from Julius Randle, can close these games and play his butt off. So, hey, great for Jalen Brunson. Like I said, y'all don't have to win game 2. Y'all won game 1. Y'all got home court now. And as long as the Knicks in the postseason, that's great. That's good for basketball. It's good for ratings. So congratulations to the Knicks and Jalen Brunson for getting that W. And last but not least, Kings versus Warriors. Probably the game of the day. And the marketing for Light the Beam is so good because it's just it really gives Kings fans something to really put in their culture. It's a really good cultural addition to that team because obviously I believe this is the first year of it being implemented. The Warriors definitely will make this series very hard. Steph Curry was making this a lot of tough shots at the end of the game. He got a decent look at the game tying shot, really especially for him, a very decent look. So you really escape with your life. I do believe the Warriors still win this series, but the Kings definitely. Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox missed some free throws at the end there, but he was definitely showing his clutch gene. The Kings have a good team, so they definitely have a shot of winning. The Kings, basically, what they're trying to prove is that they belong here. Not only do they belong here, this is a part of the culture, Light the Beam. For people who are not familiar with the Kings and don't watch the Kings, casual fans, the Kings have a really good culture, Light the Beam. That's pretty cool. And, the Warriors obviously trying to prove that, hey, we still got it. We may have struggled throughout the year, but we still have it. We're still, we're defending champions. We still can go out there and prove to all of y'all that we can win this thing again. I don't believe they will, but the Kings definitely had a very impressive win. And like I said, this series is going to be very competitive, a slugfest. If you're a Kings fan, your heartbeat's going to be popping, and you're going to have some heart palpitations because it's definitely going to be very competitive. But thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna make sure to try to keep up with all the NBA playoff games. If I am to skip a day, I do apologize if I do skip a day, but I'm gonna try to be as consistent as possible and put as many of these NBA games out as possible, or these recaps. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and I'm out of here. Peace.